What's up, people? Is another segment on Political Highlight. I remain your host, Okoyemi Olugbemi. To our newbies, welcome on board. China like this we go day. Nigerians are drowning in darkness. We are tired of the status quo on electricity issues. The government took us on a time travel backwards. Businesses are shutting down. Profits are getting lower. As an entrepreneur, imagine reinvesting all your money spent on fuel on your business. I can't fathom how fast the business growth will be. Light is needed for productivity. Even God knew that, and that's the reason. The first thing he created was light. Let there be light, he said. How can you drive a nation without power? It's safe to say that our political leaders are the demons sent to oppress the masses. But who did we offend in our past lives to go through this pain? These guys have sworn never to allow constant power supply in Nigeria, because if they do, it will become more difficult to convince the citizens to vote for them. They've weaponized everything. We are back to the era of Up Nepa, where we scabash in tongues. We travail for electricity, looking through the window to check if our neighbors have light, doing calculations. President Tinubu, I beg, we take God, beg you, look into this matter. It's gotten way out of hand. The national grid falling like Jericho. Have mercy upon us, because the NEPA have gone rogue on us. Atilo Atide. Seems presidents don't shook high for those in charge of power. The Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, called an urgent meeting with executives of AEDC Electricity, IBDC, and other distribution companies, ordering them to boost power supply in Nigeria. The Minister of Power assured Nigerians that the ongoing power upgrade and investment in the power sector would improve the electricity supply within the next 3 to 6 months.
To agree, okay, we first understand what is happening. No one's bed, please. Whoever is indicted is implicated does not matter at this point. We understand the issue. And secondly, we agree on specific tasks and timelines on how to move things forward.
We have been given a marching order, and those problems that lingers jeopardize the supply of power in Abuja or reduce the supply in Abuja are being identified, and it will be addressed.
So we've looked at areas where it has been an issue, and the kind of problems it causes our customers. And of course, there's also the question of the challenge of the amount of power that is in the system, which they also showed had affected some of the things, our expectations, and some of course our customer expectations. So we have given ourselves a timeline of about a quarter.
Those were explained. There's generally low generation, which necessitated low allocation to both of us, AEDC and IBDC. And we gave statistics. For instance, for AEDC, my 2024 micro allocation megawatt is 611. In January, I got 561. There is a deficit of 50. But this was worsened in February. I got 464, which gave a shortfall of 147 megawatts. So that is not available for our customer.
Let me chip this in real quick. I just had a flashback memory. El-Rufai would have been suitable, a very suitable person for this role, but incompetency rules the day in Aso Rock. Watch this video of El-Rufai screening and share your thoughts in the comment section.
Has stable and reliable electricity supply, because without electricity, industrialization is a pipe dream. Without electricity, even agriculture today is not a viable proposition. So he's committed to that, and he has asked me to work with him to address these problems, and I will do my best to do so. Your Excellencies, Right now, Nigeria has about 13,000 megawatts of installed generation capacity, but we hardly do more than 4,000 or 5,000 megawatts. So to improve generation, the first order of business is to look at what is constraining the full production of electricity from this 13,000 megawatts. Why do we have 13,000 installed and only 4,000 or 5,000 being produced? Many of the generation stations cannot produce because of poor supply of gas. 80% of our generation is from gas, and the balance is hydro. The gas-fired stations often don't have supply of gas. There are power stations that have been completed 2 or 3 years ago, and they have produced nothing because there is no gas supply. So that's another thing that must be addressed. We must ensure that gas and power are together under one roof for this issue of gas supply, which has persisted for over 20 years, to be resolved. But Your Excellency, even if we are able to generate 13,000 megawatts today, our transmission infrastructure can only do 5,000, maybe 6,000 at best. So the second major constraint to electricity supply in Nigeria is the transmission infrastructure. We need to close the loop in our transmission system so that the 13...
Speaking of competency, Minister Olubunmi Tunde is doing a spectacular job, and many can attest to it, even the president himself.
To say, I commend you for the tireless effort on renovation and rejigging the Ministry of Interior, passports issuance, lessen the frustration of Nigerian homes and abroad on the time that has been taken. You've created a change in the dynamic and the game we face in the country. Not only you are eliminating the fact that the blame of our country, the anger shown by people, is reduced, and they have messages commending your efforts. And today is another game changer. The honorable ministers here present.
Honorable Olubunmi Tunde, the Minister of Interior, has been able to ease the problem of passport application faced by Nigerians home and abroad by providing a seamless computer application process. Let's watch the testimonies of Nigerians who experienced the miracle of seamless passport application.
2-3 days ago, I went to Nigeria Immigration Service to renew my passport. And today, which is Tuesday, that is like second working day, the passport has arrived. I'm so happy. It shows that if truly we want to do it, we can do it. It's achievable. It took just 2 working days for me to get my passport from Nigeria Immigration Service, which is a kudos to them in London. It's a kudos. It shows that if we have the will to do it, we can do it.
Themselves. I feel proud. Like, it's a moment to be happy that things are really changing. Considering the fact that I had a terrible experience getting my passport. I went to London times, spent over £1,000. Like, it took me 3 months. In one of those days, I was crying on the street of London because I was frustrated. I'm spending money. I'm cancelling my shift. I'm booking flights, and it was during summer. Flights were expensive, and then you will come and they will bring up one reason or the other. It's a good welcome development. Whoever is behind this one, thank you. Another thing that really got me happy and made me to pick up this phone to sing their praise, I saw a news that BBC wrote that Nigerian government has imposed a levy on companies employing people from abroad. Good. I mean, I have wondered over the years, I have wondered why Nigerian companies prefer to employ abroad foreigners than their people. Your people, we have a serious high rate of unemployment, yet they find reasons to go abroad and employ. I mean, it doesn't make sense to me. And that's not even the worst, the heartbreaking part of this whole thing is that when they employ these foreigners, they pay them way higher than they pay their own people. They rather have their people as contract staff and pay them peanuts, doing the same job, the same company, the same role. Make it make sense to me. So with this levy, whatever, I'm sure that they would rather have employ their people, and it will help to reduce unemployment. So I don't know what's going on, what is happening, but you see these two things, it really touched me, and I'm happy. I am extremely happy. And then dollar is coming down. Come on, guys. If we're shouting when the dollar was going up, now that it's coming down, let's keep shouting. Let's keep, hailing them, so that whatever they are doing, they will keep doing it, so that maybe, who knows, it will get to $200 per 1 naira. Who knows? All right, guys, that's me. So whatever you guys are doing, Nigerian government, keep at it. Your girl is happy. Cheers.
Truly, what God cannot do does not exist. Let's give it up for the man of the season, Honorable Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who has raised the bar. He's raised the standard. The Minister of Interior promised Nigerians a sweet experience in passport application and acquisition. Truly, he is living up to his words. It's such a relief. He's made citizens proud. What are you waiting for? Go and renew that passport. Apply for that passport. Oh, let me go and renew mine sharply. If only the others can follow in Olubunmi Ojo's footsteps, Nigeria would be a better place. Speaking of a better place, our First Lady complained that the Japa syndrome. She complained about the Japa syndrome, saying that jobs will not fit do for your country. You go, they do and for Bodonyibo. Is it good? There is God though. She even said Nigerians party too much. Oh, and don't finish us. She says use the Ashwebi money to help your neighbor.
Nigerians, we can help each other. The rate we are doing parties and all that going to them, why don't you use the money to help your neighbor until we can really get on our feet? So, and those are the things we have to look at. And it's not that government has to begin to give food to everybody and tasking. I believe in social development and social investment for people who truly need it, And in the Bible, they even talked about, in the times of Jesus, he said, the poor you will always have in the land. Mm-hmm. So, and it's for people who God has blessed to help the poor. But now you don't even know who are poor. If you don't ride a car, they will say they are poor. If you don't have your own home, they say they are poor. Even all those people saying they are going to Japa or they go there, what work are you going to do? Work that you refuse to do at home, where you have loved ones. You end up going to do that. Even with all their education, they're driving cabs. But they won't drive cabs here. Yes. So, there are a lot of things that, as lawmakers we want, especially that of the security, I want you to really take it to heart, and, it's really, really very, very important at this time.
Someone said she's been a hypocrite, that she's lying through her teeth, that most Nigerians abroad are cab drivers, engaged in menial jobs than they are qualified to do. But according to research, Senator Tinubu jackpot with her husband. In the 1970s, she jackpot to the United States, but ended up becoming a housewife, a role alien to her in her home country. What are your thoughts on this, my people?
Recruit 50 million youths into the army and the other thing. Take away from their recruitment source. What they will eat? Cassava, àgbàdo, corn, and the morning, yam, in the afternoon, it's growing here. You create demand and consumption.
We don't recruit to Nasoso ambush they lay for them. They don't fire them for Delta State. It was reported that a commanding officer, 2 majors, 1 captain, and 12 soldiers of 101 amphibious battalion were killed by hoodlums in the Bomadi local government area of Delta State. The military personnel were killed while on a peace mission to the community. There were a series of reports that troops invaded communities, killing and burning down properties in a reprisal attack. And in the viral video, a resident claimed that the 16 soldiers who were killed in the community did not come for peacekeeping, but they were actually Tompolo's loyalists.
This one, now be my last video when I go do concerning this Okuama and Okoloba fight. Okuama and Okoloba, they get land issue. The land issue, small crisis called a day. Oh, now, we be Ijaw people. We federal government give power to the bomb buckery, to the bomb diesel, and they cook. They use the same army, they escort their own, they go sell. They betray their own blood. That man, he go use the army, carry people from Okuama community. 3 people where they carry, they slaughter them. Now, they come back to come carry community leaders. And I know very well, say, once the community leaders are captured, the youth are powerless. The action take place. When they make comments, say, na peacekeeping, all those army come. Point of correction, no army come for peacekeeping. They fight in favor of Tompolo, because Tompolo have ordered them to do so. When they say, make I show my face, all these are comments, when they comment, now just ordinary written. Now writing, or just the write. If I know if you talk true for this my land, you know get where I go when I go talk true, when I go believe am. Now this video be the last video when I go do. My papa, a retired captain for this Nigeria. He died last year. He retired as a captain in the army. And I don't lost over 6 of my friends and relatives for this Nigeria. Remember, as an army, this Nigeria is not worth dying for as a country. And they let you know. So, if you like, when I carry this matter from here to the next level, if you like, my federal government declare me wanted. I'm proud of it. Yes, I'm proud of it. Now they say, show your face. If I show my face, what do you go do me? What do you go do me? So to talk true for this country now a crime. No wonder where they say truth is always bitter. Crisis, day between 2 communities. When I know if you call the elders, I know if you call the leaders to settle the issue amicably. You they want oppress one side for other side. You they call them peacekeeping. And so they keep peace. Okay, now go school pass. Now know the law pass. Now so, oppression. This country, if not before one thing, I foresee, make it be like that. North, day or north. South, day or south. All army, if you serve this country, serve with sense. If you be police, police with sense. This Nigeria, your country is not worth dying for. I dey tell now, no not get sense.
The Nigerian army are saying that there's more to it than it meets the eye in the killing of these soldiers in Delta State.
And I don't know what kind of, for a human being to go to that extent to do for people that came on a peaceful means, then there's something that goes beyond that. I know him, the CEO himself, Lieutenant Colonel Ali, of recent, because we have emphasized we want the oil production of Nigeria to increase so that we'll be able to have enough foreign exchange and then things can really go down because we all know the challenges we're going. And so he insisted that all illegal activities within the general area must stop. So he directed all his troops and they were stopping all this illegal bunkering, stopping all these things. And then these are the people benefiting from it. And so when this issue came, I think it came as an opportunity for them to also do away with him. And that's exactly what happened. We know who did it. We're following up on him, and it's just a matter of time. We're sure we're going to get him because they took away again arms. We must get those arms back. We must get those guys so that they can be prosecuted accordingly.
Who do we believe? I think it's about time Nnamdi Kanu is released so that he can tame the insecurity in the southeast, like he said during his court appearance.
And they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. They are making money with insecurity. That's correct. They are making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu is outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the east and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking you. So, sir, nobody can.
Sir, are you against?
I'm Nnamdi Kanu. No. Who is the idiot? Form of violence or insecurity in the southeast in the name of IPOB is a gun, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And there'll be peace in the east, not just southeast. Everywhere in the east, not the entire south. Huh?
Is Nigeria romancing terrorism? Self-acclaimed bandit mediator Shegumi appears to know way too much about terrorists. He even faulted the federal government's terror sponsor list, saying that those terrorists know how to fend for themselves and don't rely on any sponsor. He even goes on television broadcasts to boast about terrorists. Who does that? Even a blind man knows he's tied to them either directly or indirectly. Why are they not doing anything even after those soldiers were killed? Are they not meant to investigate him, his links to the terrorists, how they can use that as an advantage to get those Kuriga students released? How is Shegumi still roaming free after all this revelation?
And I just they do meeting, they do committee meeting, then carry us to Gumi's side and we do meeting. He said we could meet Ahmed, I forgot the name. They invite one fee that he come and we gather money, almost 800,000. We give her. He said that one is a transport motor. And I started crying. He said me and be wisdom and don't have husbands. I just train this boy to help me tomorrow. Please, he said that one no concern her. Who will be the person? The person is a Fulani. They invite it come for one office for Kaduna there. We just tried the beggar. He said no. He said until you pay so amount. He said we don't have much. He said almost 500 million.
Initially, they asked, they were after the government paying that money, 500 million. So after, anytime they call, like me in particular, they kept calling me, Madam, Kijeki Magana, the government, that I should go and talk to the government so that they will go and pay that money. So all I kept telling them was, I am a widow. I cannot have access to the government. Maybe if my husband were to be alive, maybe you know somebody who will help him to talk to the government. But I am a widow. I cannot have access to the government. So when they kept calling me for almost 2 weeks, I kept telling them the same thing. So at the end, they started calling that, okay, how much have you people gathered? I said, how much? Who are the people you are talking about? They said, the parents. I said, no. We are poor people. Most of us are widows, and even those that have their husbands and those that even have their wives, they cannot. They are petty. They are peasants. So they don't have any money to contribute. So he said, oh, you people, if government does not pay, I said, all we are trying to do is to see if the government can assist us. Okay, are you saying that if the government does not pay, you people will allow you leave your children? Okay, we have already killed one. That was what he told.
Imagine Gumi steadily cashing out on the vulnerable, those desperate to get their children free from their abductors. I pray over you, may Nigeria not happen to you. Say a big amen. It's a Abure must go season and a battle of supremacy.
He's a
The Nigeria Labour Congress has demanded the immediate resignation of the national chairman of the Labour Party, Julius Abure, and they've called for a caretaker transition committee to organize a legitimate and uninclusive national convention of the party. The Congress also knocked Abure for his alleged extortionist tendencies by selling nomination and expression of interest forms for Edo governorship election for 30 million naira. The Abure-led National Working Committee is also accused of planning to hold the national convention of the party in Umaya, Abia Capital Territory on March 27 without the input of stakeholders, especially the NLC.
If you are sitting in your house, you cannot enjoy your boss because you know every chair there and you know how to sit. Now I will be sitting in our house and somebody will come up to enjoy our boss and we just keep quiet. This room will not work. So this political commission, on behalf of NLC, we are going there to do what? To say Abure, this convention will not work. Are you hearing me? Yes. And Abure will have to step aside. So that's it. We have told you how we're going to go. This person will go first. Then there's a bus out there. We go inside. When we go there, we sing and dance and let the world know that we cannot, with our eyes open, allow Abure to hijack our political party. This election, Africa. The struggle.
Yeah, thank you, Comrade Ndubuako. So, Comrade, something to say?
Are people united? Are people united? The NSC slogan, NSC motto is labor creates wealth. We create the wealth. The farmer that is farming to produce food, the mechanic that repairs your car, the laundry man that washes your clothes, the street sweeper, the market woman, you that is working, you are the one creating the wealth. And some people somewhere just sit down with the pen and appropriate the wealth the way they want. And we have been told that is the reason why we form the Labour Party. The Labour Party is supposed to be owned by the workers that create the wealth. And we say enough of agonizing, enough of agitation, enough of carrying placards. We want to be in the policy making body. We want to be part of the policy makers so that we will be able to determine how that wealth that we create is properly appropriate.
Who owns the Labour Party? Who created it? The supremacy fight between the NLC and Labour Party just took a whole different level.
I do not think this puts Nigerian Labour Congress in bad light. All that the Nigerian Labour Congress is trying to do is to have the consent judgment enforced. This convention was put in place without the knowledge of Nigerian Labour Congress. Abure was here. He was here. He didn't tell us anything. He didn't tell us about the convention. He was going to have it done unilaterally, quietly, with a few of his proxies, in violation of a consent judgment. So all we are saying is that this level of criminality, this level of impunity cannot continue. Don't forget, we founded this party, we promoted it, we've done everything about this party. Abure didn't even become chairman of this party through any means lawful. After the demise of Salam, the next persons in line to take over were the deputies. Was Abure a deputy in this party? It was Maria who was to take over. He lured her to Benin. Said, okay, Maria in Benin, we are going to formally elect and promote you as chairman of the party. They got to Benin only for Maria to be locked in a room and thugs sprang upon her. Okay? Maria pleaded for her life and escaped and was allowed to escape. That was how Abure now had himself pronounced as chairman of the party. That was how he installed himself as chairman of the party, not through any process lawful. And it was as a result of a lot of this, we said, no, this cannot continue. And a court finally agreed and did give what actually became consent judgment because it was agreeable to all the parties in dispute.
President Tinubu has finally weighed in on budget padding saga. The president told the leadership of the Senate that the integrity of the National Assembly must remain intact and that his administration will always encourage cooperation for the advancement of the nation.
I know the arithmetic of the numbers that I brought to the Senate, and I know what I got back. And I appreciate all of you for the expeditious handling of the budget. Thank you very much. Those who are talking of malicious embellishment in the budget didn't understand the arithmetic and they didn't revert to the number as the baseline of what I brought. But integrity, all of your integrity is intact. I'm very grateful for what you have been doing. The natural challenge that we face will be over. The economic challenge, we're about turning the corner. Our revenue is improved. And you can see reflected in the subnational. All you have to do is fashion the Congress of the expenditure and manage ourselves much, much better. The light is on at the end of the tunnel, and Nigeria will smile.
What's your thoughts on Tinubu's statement? Kindly pen it down in the comments. It's a wrap on this week's highlight. Join me again on this space next week. I remain your host, Okweyemi Olugbemi. Thanks for watching.